Hey everybody, it is Quinn with Cipher Art, and I have another video in the Deciphering My Process series. However, this time we're going to talk a little bit about the things I get and where I get them and how I look for them. So, I live in Durham, North Carolina, and there is a wonderful place called the Scrap Exchange. And the Scrap Exchange is deeply involved with the community. They endeavor to keep things out of the landfill and find opportunities for reuse and recycling of objects. So organizations regularly donate to them as well as individuals. And you can find things there like a huge depository of test tubes or all kinds of bolts and nuts and nails, doorknobs, plastic vials, literally almost anything. Tons of sewing materials, picture frames, vintage ephemera paper, on and on and on. Literally anything. And my new favorite section of the store is the metal by the pound section. And I found this there today. And when I first picked it up, I wasn't quite sure what it was. And I was like, this is heavy and it's really dirty. And it was $4, so I was going to get it. So when I opened it up, I thought, I have hit the mother lode. And this is what it is. It is a defrost-o-matic time control. Pretty old, I would imagine. There's no date on it, but I bet if I Googled this, I could figure out when this was made. It was made in Wisconsin, so pretty interesting. And the dial does turn this way. Mostly this, but this moves a little bit. And I'll have to examine it a little bit more. There are some, you can't really see it, but there are some gears and things down underneath there. And obviously this board has all these screws and these posts, and there's some space here. So yeah, I think this is gonna make a really interesting piece. So you can see why I'm interested in it. It's a pretty good size. It's about 5 by 7, and I would say this thing weighs about a pound. So pretty neat. And that's not all I found today. I also found this really cool cigar type box with a really awesome latch on it. I really like the latch. And looks like it's got German writing on the back there, that little tag. I'm not really sure. And it opens up this way, and this is stuck in here, so I'll have to figure out how to get that. Oh, like that. Comes right out. I'll have to sand that down a little bit because it's a little bit funky. It's not super thick in the back, so I could drill into this if I needed to add lights, kind of like I did with one of my other projects. So I'm very excited about that. And I've got a few other odds and ends that I think are pretty cool. I found some more small boxes like I did with Ichabod. What I like about this one is it's embossed, so it has this very distinctive feel to it. And that's on pretty much all sides. This one's the only one that's kind of flat, so I'll probably cut a hole out of that one. The top doesn't seem to want to open. It may be jammed, I'll have to look. This one is probably a little smaller than Ichabod's box, but about the same size. I will probably distress this one. It's got a plastic or a paper label on it that I don't want, so I'll have to get that off first. This little tray, all these little metal bits. I found all of these metal things. Not the silica packet, I brought that out. Some keys, hook. This thing, I have no idea what it is. And it moves, but it's a nice little frame. I figure I could add some things on here that move with it. And then this box as well. So that's not everything, but that's the most interesting stuff. So I will be curious to see what comes to mind as I start playing around and deciding what to do with them. But I'll definitely be doing a distressing technique on these little square boxes and trying to find some things to put inside them. I want to see if I can get the lid off of this, because if I can, it would make it really easy to put an LED light on the top of that can easily be removed, and the person who gets the assemblage could change the light. So because I would hate to have it burn out. That would be sad. So yeah, I go to places like the Scrap Exchange and anywhere I can find salvage to get odds and ends like this that nobody would want otherwise, that people probably just look at something like this and toss it because they think that there's nothing they can do with it. Obviously, I don't see it that way. And everywhere I look, whether I'm in the parking lot and I look down and see a piece of metal or a broken toy, things like that really appeal to me. I find stuff like that all the time. This one, I think I'm going to try to find a little mirror or a photo to put in there, something. But yeah, I always see things that way a little bit differently. Trash is not necessarily trash. It could possibly be something else. So anyway, that's a little bit of how I search for the things that I do, and I will be going on a trip in a couple of weeks to do a pretty big find. Hopefully I'll get the things I want, and if I do, I will come back and do a video for you. As always, hit that subscribe button if you're interested in staying up with my process and how I source the items I get, and I hope you have a great day. Thanks.